Good morning, Colorado, and Happy New Year to all. I hope everyone's holidays were safe and enjoyable. Um, this is the Colorado Energy and Carbon Management Commission, our January 7th, 2026 meeting. We will begin by having a roll call.
Thank you. Commissioner Ackerman,
Here.
Commissioner Cross,
Present.
Commissioner Mesner,
Here.
Commissioner Oath,
Here.
Commissioner Robbins. Mr. Chair, you have four commissioners present.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thomas. And so everyone's aware, we have a pretty short agenda today, but we will begin with commissioner comments. Do any commissioners have comments? Commissioner Oath.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do just have a couple of comments that I wanted to share. The first is just a brief update for you all about the process that we have underway for a panel of experts to review the recently published health studies related to the health risks associated with oil and gas development in Colorado. As you'll recall, this commission identified three studies of interest. The panel has reviewed and met with the authors of two of those three studies. And then the panel's meetings were paused for a few months while we awaited publication of the third study. That third study was published at the end of December, so the panel will resume its meetings and will be meeting this month. And then also wanted to share, you may recall during a hearing that we held over the course of the last few months, we did receive some public comment and testimony about a fourth study that had not previously been on my radar. And during that, I committed to looking into that study and consider whether it should be included in the review process of the panel. So I will also be discussing that with the panel this month, and may need to bring that back for further discussion by this commission. Just once the initial meetings regarding the studies are complete, the panel intends to meet two more times, and then I'll be preparing a report that will summarize those discussions and thoughts from the panel. I indicated at my update last month that I hoped for that to conclude in the second quarter of 2026. I do acknowledge that is a bit ambitious of a timeline, but I remain optimistic for that, and am working with the panel diligently with that goal in mind. My second update is to let folks know or share that, I've been meeting regularly with our community relations unit and getting updates and providing guidance with them where appropriate and necessary about their commitments and new initiatives. They have many things going on. Notably, I am working with them to schedule community impact tours and workshops that all commissioners will be invited to attend. They are also working to stand up a community advisory group. They're continuing a broad array of community outreach events. They are about to launch monthly community information meetings. So as I said, there's a lot of work going on with this unit. And as they're relatively newly established, I think I'd like to suggest that we invite the community relations unit to come to a commission meeting. I defer to, finding a time when works for them as well as when there's availability on our calendar, but have them present to the commission and all stakeholders about those commitments and initiatives and provide an update. So those are just the two comments and that I wanted to share.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Commissioner Oath, and thank you for your work on these projects, the work group's work on the public health studies, as well as the community relations group for all that they're doing. It is quite a lot that they're trying to put together. And for the public's information, I think they're coming up on just about a year ago that our community liaisons began. I think it was in February of last year. So over the last 11 months, they've done quite a bit to get the ball rolling and work on a lot of different projects. So thank you very much for that as well. Any other commissioners have comments? Okay. Seeing none, we didn't have any public comments signed up, so we will move on to consent agenda. Does anyone have questions or comments on the consent agenda? Seeing none, do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
I'll move for approval of the consent agenda.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes 4-0. All right, well, we don't actually have anything else on our agenda for today, so unless any commissioners have additional comments or questions, we will conclude our first meeting of 2026. nice and efficient, everyone. So thank you very much. Again, I hope everyone's holidays were good, and I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thanks, everyone. We're adjourned.